and the Cayman Islands National Museum. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is For the Record.
1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees, so fair. Today, folks, is Wednesday, the 26th day of March 2025, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. We hope and we trust that you had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. Those of you who are on our roads, whether you're a pedestrian, a cyclist, or if you're operating any type of motorized vehicle, we urge you to please, please, please be extremely cautious. Ensure that you observe the rules of the road, because the life you save may just be your own. Earlier on the traffic report, you heard Silver Fox, Mr. Paul Akal, talk about a vehicle, a yellow truck, halfway in, and of course in that area there is only one lane, so it's partially in the lane if you're heading west opposite Savannah Meadows. It was there when I crossed after 6 o'clock this morning, somewhat impeding traffic, slowing traffic down a little bit. But if you are a confident driver and an experienced driver, there is enough room for you to cross without having to go into the opposite lane as well. And please, please don't slow down to look to see what is happening. Your curiosity only serves to slow the movement of traffic even more as well. We also see that someone has reported that there is a 3-car accident by Wilty Drive. And I think they were suggesting to people that if you're going from east to town, it's better to go through northward. So we know that what that's going to create as well. And either the Bordentown Police or the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service, if you're not there already, you may want to head up in that direction to ensure that you assist in controlling traffic as well. Those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, we want to wish you a happy birthday, or if you've celebrated one over the past few days, a belated happy birthday to you. And to remind you that the For the Record birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga Wholesalers. You should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. And also by Yum. Daily school lunch menus are available to browse on the Yum website. Just visit yumcayman.ky for more information. Those of you who have lost loved ones, again, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we want to wish you a speedy recovery. Big shout out to our 2 colleagues, DJ Lynn and Mr. Joel Wilson. Also to a faithful Radio Cayman listener, Miss Phyllis Moxham. She celebrated her birthday on Sunday. We also want to wish her a speedy recovery as well. And we also want to wish her all that is good in her retirement also. So, folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman and by extension For the Record into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy and sometimes dangerous roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I'm your host, Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, our phone lines are open. This morning, it is the radio voice of Silver Fox, Mr. Paul Akal, waiting to take your calls. You can call us on our toll-free number if you're calling from Flow number. That toll-free number, courtesy of Flow, is 1-800-534-8255. Also, you can call us on 949-8037, 949-6990. WhatsApp us, 925-3261. We can take calls from that number as well. Only one caller at a time. Follow us on YouTube. You can download the Radio Cayman app or simply subscribe to Radio Cayman live stream. We are on Facebook as well. We are here to serve you, the people of the Cayman Islands, radio station that next year will be celebrating its 50th anniversary in the Cayman Islands. Radio Cayman will be 50 years old next year as well. So planning on some big celebrations. So all of you Johnny-come-latelys, out there who are at times ready to criticize Radio Cayman for our parts of our still traditional approach to radio, just remember, we've been around for 50 years. And you know what they say about old brooms? They know all of the corners. They know all of the little corners that you have to get into as well. Just want to remind people out there, of that as well. And to say, kudos to all of you who continue to listen and to support Radio Cayman as well. So let's look at the birthday shout-outs again. Brought to you by Coca-Cola and by Yum. So we mentioned belated happy birthday greetings to Miss Phyllis Moxham. Today we see Enrique Ruiz celebrating his birthday. Tomorrow, Miss Lana Connolly will be celebrating her birthday. Mr. Peter Schmidt would also be celebrating his birthday. And Miss Melba Nixon will be celebrating her birthday tomorrow as well. So we want to wish in advance happy birthday greetings to Miss Melba Nixon, Mr. Peter Schmidt, and Miss Lana Connolly as well. Let's see who we can big up this morning on some of the press releases. Yesterday, of course, I did host Talk Today in the afternoon, and we had representatives from Health City in the studio, Mr. Shamari Scott and Doctor, who is a specialist in emergency care. And, of course, we had the people from the Health Services Authority as well, Dr. Williams, and got to remember the name of the nurse, and talking about the health fair that is coming up as well. So we see here that the Health Services Authority has expanded its clinical education department and certified 7 operating room assistants. So I'll share this good news with you because it involves, Caymanians being trained, something that we continue to talk about, we continue to hear about, we continue to hear promises made by our politicians as well. Some kept, some not kept as well. So the Health Services Authority has expanded its clinical education department to focus on staff development through capacity building and skill enhancement. This initiative aims to empower employees to deliver superior patient care while seeking new professional opportunities and filling critical vacancies. The department has successfully offered an operating room assistant training course, certifying 7 operating room assistants. The HSA, through several certification training initiatives this year, has sought to empower members of staff and promote the expertise of Caymanians in healthcare. Lizette Yearwood, the CEO, noted, and I quote, "The expansion of the clinical education department underscores our commitment to a teaching facility and improves professional standards that will ultimately benefit the community. The offering of courses to staff helps us to build a stronger, capable workforce to elevate the standard of care provided with opportunities to fill positions quickly while continuing our culture of exceptional delivery of care." Participants in the operating room assistant training course underwent extensive training to broaden their understanding of procedures and strengthen their effectiveness as support members within the operating room team of expert doctors and nurses. Caymanian Ashla White, who started at the Health Services Authority as a temporary office attendant, expressed that her interest in pursuing certification was piqued, and I quote, "because it was a new and exciting opportunity for me to enter the medical field. Also, I have a desire to make a meaningful difference in people's lives, and working in the operating room allows me to directly contribute." White is aware of her growth potential and the value she brings to the operating room team of experts with her skill upgrade. And go on to quote some more as well. I'm going to abbreviate some of this and to point out that the participants in the training program were Ashla White, as mentioned earlier, Sophia Bigby Harrison, Paul Garikas, Brandyke Carr, Lisa King, Tamara Pearson, Jay-Z Taylor as well. And we want to congratulate them. We want to continue to encourage the HSA to do more of this, get more of our Caymanians, that is Caymanian with a capital C, involved in this process. And all of you Caymanians with a capital C out there as well, continue to look to upgrade your skills so you can take up your rightful and constitutional place in the Cayman Islands. With that, we're going to take a commercial break. We will have a paid segment at 7:45, so don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Nesta Alexandria Ebanks, 1901 through 1997. Miss Nesta, or Aunt Nettie as her relatives and neighbors called her, was involved in the religious and social life of her community from an early age. She had many talents. She wrote debates and composed poems, one of which was set to music and is still sung in church. She held high office in various organizations. She visited the sick and shut-in. When there were no satin-lined caskets available, she used the traditional methods of pinking the sheet, making beautiful coverings for the coffins, designed with just scissors. She taught classes of mathematics and English
much to neighbors and friends when there were few schools. Although she never married, she single-handedly raised one of her grandnieces whose mother died in childbirth. She was also a nurse and invented various medicines.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way, positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Cayman Brand Source Home Gallery is having an appliance inventory reduction sale with up to 50% off selected appliances and 25% off all kitchen packages until March 31st. Enjoy discounts on luxury brands like Foster, Milano, and more. Refrigerators, wine coolers, and barbecue grills are all discounted. All appliances are included in the sale. Don't miss out. Shop now at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, and save big before prices rise in April. Call 623-5000 for more details or visit us today and take advantage of these incredible deals. Act fast before the best items are gone. Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park. Call 623-5000.
Step back in time and discover the rich history of the Cayman Islands at the National Museum. Located on the waterfront in Georgetown, the National Museum is proudly housed in the Old Courts Building, Cayman's oldest standing public building. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And here's the best part, Saturdays are free for residents. Don't forget to visit our museum gift shop. Every purchase helps preserve our artifacts and the historic building we call home. Visit www.museum.ky for more information.
What's that? No sugar, same amazing taste? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is here to stay. Classic taste, pure satisfaction. Be sure to stop into any Tortuga location and get your own case of Coke Zero. Or grab an ice cold one straight from the cooler. Brought to you by Tortuga Distributors Limited. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling, Cayman.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Hey, Cayman parents, we get it. You're underslept, over-trafficked. You can barely find your sanity in the morning because you're still trying to find your kids' shoes and lunch boxes. Let Yum take some of the stress away. Every day, over 3,000 students enjoy delicious, nutritious meals from Yum. Over 5 million lunches served and counting. Private school parents? Browse the Yum Cayman app and order up to a month in advance or last minute by 12 a.m. the night before. Government school students? Just drop by the Yum canteen. No pre-orders needed. Yum can't help you find your sanity, but we can sure make your mornings just a bit easier. Check out daily menus at myschoolpos.com or visit yumcayman.ky to learn more.
The following is a paid political broadcast. The views, information, or opinions expressed in this forum are solely those of the participants of this event and do not represent the views of the management and staff of Radio Cayman.
This is For the Record.
On a sunny day by the Brac's blue shore, Lonnie Tibbetts knocking door to door. He's got a plan, he's got a dream for Cayman's future, brighter it seems. Run, Lonnie, run, let your spirit fly for Cayman, Brac, West, and Little Cayman High. With every step, every smile you show, the people believe where you want to go. Under the sun where the turtles play, Lonnie's got ideas.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. That clip that you're hearing there is Mr. Lonnie Tibbetts' theme song. He is the candidate seeking to represent the constituency of Cayman, Brac, West, and Little Cayman in our upcoming April 30th general elections. Mr. Tibbetts, good morning. Welcome back to For the Record.
Good morning, Lucy. Thank you.
That is a rhythmic song there. Who's the musician and involved in it?
Actually, one of my committee members and also my as an agent for the election, Mr. Jonathan Tibbetts, and it was pretty impressive. He asked me if I wanted to, we should select a song or music, and he said, "Wait a minute, give me a couple of minutes. Let me see if I can get something for you." And I fell off my chair when he sent it. So, which seems to be a common theme now. I think, like anything else, I think AI has amazed the world with its capacity, and it continues to grow.
Certainly has.
Alarming rate in its functionality. So,
I just want to say to our audience that we're going to have about 6 minutes with Mr. Tibbetts, then we go to our 8 o'clock news, and then he will remain with us until around about 9 o'clock, 9:15, around there as well. After your first interview, so many people remarked, first interview here on, For the Record, there were so many people who remarked that you have such a great grasp of the issues, not only facing the Cayman Islands, but particularly facing Cayman Brac and Little Cayman as well. And many were impressed, by your knowledge and the way that you articulated it as well. I keep hearing on the when I keep my ear close to the ground that there have been some significant endorsements and everything as well. So. Yes, the mic is yours to talk about everything.
Well, first of all, I'd like to publicly thank the Honorable Moses Cocorno. He has endorsed myself, all the committee members that I currently have in the BRAC, except for one that I've brought, and there's others that have spoken to join and assist me. As you know, see, this is a process, and it takes a lot of work and a lot of help and good people. And I'd like to publicly thank Mr. Cocorno for assisting me. He was one of the first persons I spoke to when I told him I decided to do this. And he said, "Lonnie, I'm very happy to hear this. he was actually away, and he said, come and sit and talk with me, and he did, and I asked him, I said, here's where I stand, and I explained to him that at the beginning, he said, Lonnie, I think at the time, his current party, the PPM, they had a candidate that they had kind of pre-selected to represent the PPM in the Western District, Cayman, Brac, Western, Little Cayman, and that subsequently didn't materialize. So at that point, at that time, I had already taken off and doing on my own and making a representation as an independent candidate. But Mr. Cocornell assured me that, Lonnie, in the event that this individual decides not to partake, as you can imagine, a lot of people don't understand that this is very difficult on families and friends. The commitment is unbelievable, and I certainly have a lot of respect for that individual that recognized it and said, he didn't want to put his family through anything like that, so he stepped aside, and here I am. I'm also very honored to have known her all my life, the Honorable or Premier, Mrs. Juliana Connor Conley. And I've also spoken with her, and she and I have agreed to work together. She will work the East, I'll support her there, and I will work the West, and we'll support there. I tell people a lot of times, people work differently. Some people will, they'll lick an envelope and they'll post a website about it. And some people move a mountain and you don't hear about it. And I think myself, people have told me that's my mistake. I don't let the people know some significant things that I've done and achieved. But if I was hired to do a job, that's what I'm going to do. I don't need to tell the powers that be, the people that be, my board or directors or my boss or whoever that is. I expect them to acknowledge it, understand it, but I don't need to publicize my efforts. But that is a significant change to the realm that I'm pursuing right now. I remember after Paloma, I shipped some things to the Brac for my mom, and it ended up in in the Honorable Juliana Conley's container, because she had a large container of stuff that she was taking to help citizens there. And I always tell people this story. Miss Julie and I, because she had a lot of people taking stuff around for people, Miss Julie and I discharged a 40-foot container in the Cayman Brac hot sun in the day, just she and I.
Wow.
And it taught me a whole new respect for Miss Julie. She moves very silently in the background, but when the day ends, you say, wait a minute, where did that come from? You can rest assured, Miss Julie did that. And that is her strength, her power has been, she'll get it done. She'll give her the opportunity, she'll get it done. And I'm very honored to be working with Miss Julie.
Okay, Mr. Tibbetts, we're going to go to our 8 o'clock news. When we return, you talk about, things that have gotten done, and we want to talk some more about that and talk about some of the things that you want to get done if you are elected on the 30th of April of this year to represent the constituency of Cayman, Brac, West, and Little Cayman in our parliament. Folks, don't change that dial. Our conversation with Mr. Lonnie Tibbetts, candidate in the upcoming April 30th general election, seeking to represent the constituency of Cayman, Brac, West, and Little Cayman in our parliament, will continue after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Radio Cayman time check, now 8 a.m. This time check brought to you by our friends at Foster's.
When you're on the go, the experienced team at Foster's Pharmacy are here to help. Drop off your prescription while you shop or WhatsApp us and we'll prepare it, ready for your arrival.
Whether you need prescription or over-the-counter medications, blood glucose testing, or advice on vitamins and supplements, we're here early in the morning to late at night. Both of our locations at our Camana Bay and airport stores are open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday to Saturday.
For more info, visit fosters.ky/pharmacy. Foster's Pharmacy. Better health because we care.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman, Brac, and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. With just over a month to go, you've got several alternative voting options if you aren't able to head to the polls for the April 30th general election. For example, mobile voting is available to electors who are unable to visit a polling station on the day, while postal voting is available for folks who will be off island. Supervisor of Elections, Wesley Howell.
Mobile voting is available to persons who are living within the Cayman Islands but would have some difficulty getting out to the polls on election day. So they apply for the mobile voting process, and we then take the ballots to them, and they can vote if they're in the Pines or if they're at home and unable to come out, and they can vote very easily from the comfort of their home. We're making it easy to get registered. We're making it easy to vote, and making sure that people can exercise their democratic right.
To apply for mobile or postal voting, head to elections.ky. Now, speaking of elections, Cayman has welcomed a new deputy supervisor, with the governor recently appointing Shavela Burke. Here's CITTV's Kafar Augustin.
Mrs. Burke will assist the Supervisor of Elections, Wesley Howell, in managing the overall election process, ensuring that all procedures are fair, transparent, and in line with legal requirements.
Mrs. Burke's dedication and proven experience in election management are invaluable to our team. Her leadership will greatly strengthen our efforts to ensure free and fair elections, particularly through her work in the sister islands.
Mrs. Burke will also continue to serve as the returning officer for Cayman Brac East for the 2025 general election and referendum. She previously served as presiding officer for the Cayman Brac electoral district before taking on the role of returning officer in 2021. In announcing the appointment, the governor's office said Mrs. Burke brings a wealth of experience and a strong dedication to the role, reflecting their commitment to ensuring the integrity and efficiency of the electoral process.
And show a little love to an accountant. The Cayman Islands Institute of Professional Accountants is holding its 17th annual awards gala in September, and the nomination period is open now. Radio Cayman's April Cummings reports.
Each year, the gala recognizes Caymanians and permanent residents who've reached academic milestones in their accounting careers, as well as those who have made a significant impact on the profession in the Cayman Islands. Last year, we saw 20 honorees recognized for having their bachelor's degree, master's, and/or professional qualifications. SEPA also presents awards to recognize a rising star within the profession, an outstanding member of SEPA, and a pioneer for making a lasting impact in the Cayman Islands. SEPA has opened its call for honorees and special awards nominations. You can find the forms online on the SEPA website. That's at ciipa.ky under events. The deadline for nominations is the 30th of June. April Cummings, Radio Cayman News.
Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller.
BBC News with Moira Alderson. The number of people killed by huge wildfires in South Korea has risen to at least 24. They're the deadliest fires in the country's history. The flames have been spreading rapidly since Friday. A major inquiry in South Korea has found that previous governments failed to protect children they sent abroad for adoption. Starting in the 1950s, more than 140,000 children, including babies, were sent overseas. Denmark has welcomed the scaling back of a controversial trip to Greenland by the US Vice President J.D. Vance. The delegation will now only visit an American military base. Plans to attend social events have been scrapped. President Trump has repeatedly said he wants the United States to take control of the island. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has said overnight drone strikes by Russia show Moscow is not interested in real peace. It earlier accused the Kremlin of trying to distort a ceasefire in the Black Sea by insisting on preconditions. Russian media say a court has given long jail terms to a group of Ukrainian soldiers from the Azov Brigade. They defended the port city of Mariupol in the first months of the invasion. Sudan's army is continuing to retake parts of the capital, Khartoum. Fighters from the Rapid Support Forces have been withdrawing from some areas. They have been in a bitter civil war with the military for nearly 2 years. Germany's Constitutional Court has upheld an additional tax introduced more than 30 years ago to ease inequality after reunification. The judges said the surcharge, which affects about 10% of taxpayers, was still needed. Tesla says it's going to start selling electric cars in Saudi Arabia for the first time. The American company's sales are falling in Europe and China, where they've dipped by almost 50%. It's facing competition from the Chinese firm BYD. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Boddentown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Boddentown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
The new KFC nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat, unlike the no-gets. At KFC, we hand-bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Brac, where people come first.
Good morning, Cayman. Let's take a look at your weather. At 8 minutes after 8 o'clock, it's now 87 degrees Fahrenheit. Mostly sunny with some partial cloud cover. Winds are out of the east-northeast at 8 miles per hour. Relative humidity about 83%. Barometric pressure still at 30.00 inches and falling. Synopsis as provided by the Cayman Islands National Weather Service. Light to moderate northeasterly winds and seas are expected across the northwest Caribbean today in association with a high-pressure system over the southern United States. Fresh winds along with moderate to rough seas are expected by tomorrow morning as the high-pressure system strengthens. Our forecast for today calls for partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers. Temperatures will rise to the mid to upper 80s. Winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Later tonight, partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of overnight showers. Temperatures will fall to the mid 70s. Winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots with 10 to 15 knots overnight. Seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. We're at high tide. Low tide will be at 1:51 this afternoon. It's going to be high at 7:46 this evening. The outlook is for continued fresh winds and moderate to rough seas through Friday morning. Small craft advisory is expected through Friday. That, my friends, is your latest weather.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. Don't lie on your resume. Because if you say you've got trapeze experience, someone might shoot you out of a cannon and expect you to do a gymnast routine while flying through the air at 82 miles an hour. And just because you want to land on your feet doesn't mean you will. But if you're smart, you'll have CG medical insurance, so you get the best coverage for the price.
Get the best coverage for the price. CG Brac. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Brac, where people come first.
Social media, X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Interact with our talk shows on YouTube. Download our official Radio Cayman app, or you can log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky. You can also add us to WhatsApp
on 925-3261.
All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Radio Cayman.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
All right, once again, let's take a look at your traffic. Getting at the four-way intersection there at Smith Road, Halder Avenue. Traffic is slowly crawling onto the CNB roundabout. And of course, lots of traffic on Bobby Thompson Way stretching over to the Linford Pearson. Agnes Way, see some traffic feeding into Crew Road. And of course, westward bound traffic still building up along Crew Road itself. Just outside CUC roundabout, still seeing some slow-moving traffic coming off from the Century 21 roundabouts. And of course, majority of the traffic coming in, the east-west arterial seems to be fair to find, except getting to the Red Bay roundabout, but of course, you still run into some traffic. West Bay Road looking fair to find with traffic feeding in. And West Bay itself, traffic is moving smoothly in that district. Of course, going through South Sound, yeah, you'll run into some traffic heading up Walker's Road and of course through South Church Street up into Seafarers Way. Remember, there's one cruise ship in port, so we'll see some passengers out and about. So of course, just reminding you of the yellow truck that has broken down a busted drive shaft opposite Savannah Meadows, westbound lane. Not sure if it's been moved. And that 3-car accident by Wilty Drive. So who's going from the east to town? Just to try to avoid the area as possible. Not sure if they've cleared that up as well. 3 SUVs. You gotta be careful this morning, man. Too much accidents this week. Take your time on the roads, buckle up, and stay safe. That's your latest traffic report.
Subway and Oreo has changed the dessert game. Introducing the Oreo footlong cookie, a full 12 inches of chocolatey, creamy goodness. It's big, it's bold, and it's here for a limited time. Perfect for sharing or not. We won't judge. Want it fast? Order ahead with the Subway Cayman Islands app for quick pickup and earn loyalty points, or get it delivered straight to your door with Bento and Let's Eat. Don't wait. Treat yourself today. The Oreo footlong cookie is calling your name. Subway. Eat fresh. Snack sweet.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Cayman, could it be you? Tortuga's 10K giveaway is back, and someone's walking away with $10,000 in cash. Every time you spend $25 at Tortuga, in-store or online at tortuga.ky, you get a shot at winning big. As well as $10,000 in cash, we've got thousands in giveaways to hand out every week. Think staycations, the latest iPhones, exclusive experiences, and more. Get in to win. Visit tortuga.ky for the full terms and conditions.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Lonnie will lead with the island's pride. Run, Lonnie, run, let your spirit fly. For Cayman, Brac, West, and Little Cayman High. With every step, every smile you show, the people believe where you wanna go. Out on the streets where the conch shells blow, Lonnie spreads hope, watch it grow. Old and young, hand in hand, together for a flourishing land. Run, Lonnie, run, let your spirit fly. For Cayman, Brac, West, and Little Cayman High. With every step, every smile you show, the people believe where you wanna go.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. You heard Mr. Lonnie Tibbetts' theme song. It is my pleasure to have him in the studio with me this morning. He's going to be with us until 9 o'clock. This is a paid slot on Radio Cayman as well. So, Mr. Tibbetts, there's that old adage that says that all politics is local. What will be your approach in terms of, that adage in as far as your approach to your constituency and the Cayman Islands in general?
Well, that is very true. I think during this process started, the number one issue that's on every politician's, I guess, agenda and manifesto right now is lowering the cost of living. During examining all the different aspects of Cayman Brac, similar to Grand Cayman, pretty much 80-90% of our food products, and everything else is imported. One of the struggles that in talking to merchants and local citizens as well is the cost of transport between Grand Cayman and Cayman Brac, and also vice versa. So a very good supporter of mine explained something to me the other day and said, Lonnie, you need to check this out. Now, I don't know the exact numbers, but I certainly will investigate to see the reality of it. He said, if I ship a vehicle from Grand Cayman to the Brac, I think it's $1,000, for example. I'll get the numbers right eventually, but I just want to make sure. He said if I ship that same vehicle back to Grand Cayman, it's $300 or $400. So why the disparity in the source to Brac as opposed to from Brac?
If anything, from the Brac, it should be cheaper because you got the wind behind you on the boat.
Exactly.
That's fuel.
And true. And you know, the balancing. People have also said to me that the cost of fill on Cayman Brac, different gravel, different aggregate, which you know is some of the finest in the world. The bluff produces a very strong natural substance that can be done at all different levels. And the cost of it in Cayman Brac is 20% more than the cost of it here. How is that possible? You got transportation costs in that, you got trucking costs, you got the aggregate process where you break, chop, sand. I mean, there's an entire batch of different grades of this material that's coming to Grand Cayman. How is it cheaper in Grand Cayman than Cayman Brac? That in itself is something that people talk about. As you know, one of the most wonderful things that God has given us on the Brac is the bluff. The bluff is unique. It is amazing. It is breathtaking. And we are consuming the bluff, essentially, just to create the aggregate that builds a lot of Grand Cayman. Yes. And God has shown us, O.C., we are 3 islands. We work together. Many people forget here when Hurricane Ivan destroyed Grand Cayman. And I home crew road, I witnessed this. I mean, I have stories that everyone has stories about Hurricane Ivan. But one of the most amazing things that came out of it was many people here who had family in the Brac sent their children from Grand Cayman to Cayman Brac and enrolled them in the various schools there, so they didn't lose their academic year. They continued with their coursework and their study as scheduled. Cayman Brac was there for Grand Cayman. Right down to the bread fruits, because you couldn't find one on Grand Cayman, and Cayman Brac had them. And I remember going to the airport and seeing boxes of bread fruit come off the plane. Brackers have always been there for each other, as well as Little Cayman. We are a family. We are sister island strong. And my website says it best. Brac deserves better, as well as Little Cayman. We have got to work together. We can't continue to forget that we are a 3-island nation. In this country, there is 11 Class A banks, 5 of which have retail presence. On Cayman Brac, and I'm grateful, C&B has always been there. Previously, if you recall, there was Barclays there as well. Now, to show you how Brackers suffer, if I use Butterfield, C&B, I know some other bank I have, I don't even know. If I go to the Brac and I withdraw funds from the C&B ATM on my Butterfield card, if I take out $25, I pay $2.50. That is a 10% charge to withdraw my own money. And I won't even start on what I consider a predatory cartel process that the current banks are operating in this country. We need a consumer protection agency. When you go to the gas station and you buy a gallon of gas, is that really a gallon of gas? When that electricity bill says you burn 500 kilowatts, has that meter been tested and calibrated independently to say that you burnt 500 kilowatts? That aspirin that you bought from the grocery store, is that really aspirin? I read an article a couple of years ago where India produces some of the best medicine in the world, had a $2 billion a year fake medicine industry. $2 billion. Wow. Turkey produces a significant amount of drugs, pharmaceuticals as well. Their Muslim law, to fake an actual prescription drug and make an artificial one, is punishable by death. It's not a scary place. But they still had cases. We've got to look at things differently. I heard someone say this the other day, and this is an actual truth. I was working with the Hurley's group. We started sourcing alternative food sources. Ironically, before COVID hit, COVID punctuated this need immediately. We now learn. We're so dependent. Folks, I say this to you as a personal reference. Never become complacent. Complacency kills. That's the way we do it. That's how we always done it. That's the death of innovation. I worked with the Hurley's group, the family, the Marion family, and myself and another gentleman that's there from Honduras. He and I explored Comayagua in Honduras. We went to Belize. We found milk products in Belize that were unbelievable. We found beef products in Belize that were similar. If you've ever landed in Honduras, from Grand Cayman, the predominant route is La Ceiba.
Okay.
You drive in a direction from that airport. Actually, I think it's south from the airport. And you drive for miles, and you see pineapples. When you're flying in, you cross over the pineapple fields. Those are owned by Dole. Dole take them from Honduras, ship them to Florida, repackage them, and ship them to Grand Cayman. And by the time it gets to us, it's 300% and 400% markup. Why? When you can accommodate a direct route and save all of that cost. We have to look at things differently here, because kind of what we're used to and what we're accustomed to is fine, and by no means I consider that your plan B. Start looking for plan A. Start finding alternative ways to save our money. Under Brac, we know the cost of living is a significant amount, because a lot of individuals there are retired senior citizens, and they're on fixed incomes. But no one has said this, but I'm going to say it. The single largest factor of inflationary increase in the Cayman Islands is the Cayman Islands government. You're sitting on a revenue source from customs duties that is a fixed percent. Therefore, in an inflationary time that we're experiencing right now, the cost of eggs has increased globally an average of 50%. So if the basket of goods that the government has budgeted their revenue income based on a collection of duties at the ports, increases by 10, 20, 30, 40%. Think about 50%. Think about how many things eggs are in.
Yeah.
The government sits on the worst thing in the history of all governments. It's called a surplus. The S word in government is the most dangerous word you will ever hear as a consumer, as a citizen, because once you pass budget, the surplus becomes whatever we need. Yeah. And let me tell you something, folks. We either need to come up with better plans to manage surplus management, because that's where you start seeing sandcastles being built, painted, gold trimmed, all in an effort to make one look better than the other. It's our money. We are the citizens of this country. And when a government makes surplus, if that was a private business, we'd have the right to say, okay, I'll take my dividend check. I've invested in you. I would like my money now. Apple, everyone knows Apple. Apple forever wouldn't issue a dividend. Apple sat on a government's budget of cash in the bank. Till finally the shareholders of Apple sued the board and forced them to give them a dividend. They had reached what they consider a saturation point. We're no longer making a greater investment to reinvest into the company. They said, all right, that's it. We want our money now. We've invested. We trusted. Here you are. I don't remember you and I ever going to the admin building collecting a check for a government surplus, have we?
No.
Ronald Reagan said it best, folks. Any time the government of a country is doing well, the people are doing bad. The people are suffering. And our people are suffering. We have put in policies for too long that have forgotten that people are going to get older, that people are going to have children. We have health care. We put in a health insurance law. Beautiful. Now we need to stick to it. I've seen private companies take group plans and boot one individual out because they've had a major medical event and send them to Senegal. But that's the definition of a group. We all share the burden. That's not. The group doesn't say healthy elitist group. It says group. Why should the government, which is owned by Senegal, have to insure the unhealthy? That's a mistake. That's wrong.
So can we go back to the budget's surplus? So how would the government redistribute that to the people in terms of if they were, let's say, to lower
Correct.
the
no, my proposal on that.
the duties?
Okay.
And then how do you ensure then that
if
the businesses pass it on to the consumer?
That's where the Consumer Protection Agency comes in. We have to balance this. Let me say this to you: if you build a road today, and I know people that got in trouble and won. A lot of people may not know this. By no means, folks, I'm telling you to go and do this now. But if the government of the Cayman Islands paves a road today, and they pound a sign in it saying 30, 25, or 50 miles an hour, and a police officer sits on that corner and catches someone exceeding that limit, and he issues them a ticket, if that road isn't gazetted, that ticket isn't valid.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go back to the process now. If we work on the left hand, we always need the right hand to balance it. I'm an accountant. My debits, my credits better balance. Ain't nothing coming out of that set of books that makes sense. Why I say this? We need an independent consumer protection agency. We need consumer product testing. We need consumer product pricing to mitigate gouging. We need price control on our actual our pharmaceuticals. You got people bringing pharmaceuticals into this country that cost. The U.S. has experienced it right now. Robert Kennedy is just destroying. You get a company produce a tablet or a medication for $10. It goes through these PBMs. So they're basically brokers, and they charge $20 to it, $30. A drug that is recorded on the sale value of a manufacturer for $10 is showing up in Medicare for $130. And he said that needs to stop. So he's going to push back now, eliminate the PBMs through the middle, and get that $10 drug showing up at $10, $12, $15 on Medicare. Now, why is it? We have to look at a national health insurance system program that secures 65 and older. We need to stop this, OC. This kicking the can down the road has to end. If we're lucky enough to survive the current taxation regime in this country and make 65 and retire, there isn't a person in this country that's happy to collect $1,080 a month. That's the CUC check.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to tell you, you can contribute more to your pension plan and have an actual component or additional funding that's there. But the cost of living is eroding what was planned 20 years ago to be sufficient for you to survive on at 65 is no longer valid. That number doesn't valid. The pension providers in this country need to be examined, because if you do an actuarial analysis and you do a long-term investment, and you've invested at 18 years old to 65, and you now are collecting a fixed amount from them, I can almost assure you the amount that they're paying you at 65 per month, we're not talking excess contributions, we're talking your base level legal requirement, is probably equal or less than the interest they're earning on the current amount of money that they have in the bank for you. The pension providers in this country have, it won't shock me if they fly around in private jets, the amount of money that they're making off of our pensions.
Okay, with that, we're going to take a commercial break. Folks, that's the voice of Mr. Lonny Tibbetts, candidate in the upcoming April 30th general election, seeking to represent the constituency of Cayman, Brac, West, and Little Cayman in our parliament. We are going to a commercial break. When we return, the conversation will continue with Mr. Tibbetts, so please stay tuned.
Step back in time and discover the rich history of the Cayman Islands at the National Museum. Located on the waterfront in Georgetown, the National Museum is proudly housed in the Old Courts Building, Cayman's oldest standing public building. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And here's the best part, Saturdays are free for residents. Don't forget to visit our museum gift shop. Every purchase helps preserve our artifacts and the historic building we call home. Visit www.museum.ky for more information.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter. Cayman Brand Source Home Gallery is having an appliance inventory reduction sale with up to 50% off selected appliances and 25% off all kitchen packages until March 31st. Enjoy discounts on luxury brands like Foster, Milano, and more. Refrigerators, wine coolers, and barbecue grills are all discounted. All appliances are included in the sale. Don't miss out. Shop now at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, and save big before prices rise in April. Call 623-5000 for more details or visit us today and take advantage of these incredible deals. Act fast before the best items are gone. Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park. Call 623-5000.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me, this is a paid segment on For the Record, Mr. Lonnie Tibbetts, candidate in the upcoming general election seeking to represent the constituency of Cayman, Brac, West and Little Cayman in our parliament. Mr. Tibbetts, one of our listeners has written and said, good morning. Is there duty on eggs? I don't think so. I thought that duty had been taken off a lot of food products, including dairy products.
Yes, they are correct. Not all, but some. But eggs is possibly a part of 70 to 80% of our processed foods. Crackers, biscuits, breads, croissants, which is then dutiable. So it in itself as part of, if you understand the global demand for these products, has what's pushed that there. I saw a Facebook video the other day with a chicken walking around in the coop wearing a Gucci bag and saying she found out what the price of eggs was. So she started, making sure she got paid properly.
Wow, yeah.
But I think we started off, which is you and I always have very good conversations, but I just want to take a moment to acknowledge and publicly express my condolences to the Tibbetts family on the loss of their mom. If anyone knew her, knew about the family, Mr. Bernard Tibbetts and Mr. Bernice Tibbetts, you will know those are the stalwarts of the community. And if given the opportunity and with any capacity I achieve, I would certainly like to publicly honor Mr. Bernard Tibbetts. I'd also like to take this time to acknowledge the hard work of my committee, of Mr. James and Jonathan Tibbetts and their family, also Miss Liz Walton Thompson, and my good friend Mr. Courtney Morrison. And I also like to say a special thank you to Mr. Marcelo Teddy Rich, as everyone knows him as, and George Hulston. You have to understand, as we get older, we start realizing the value of our friendships.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
and things. I can only say that Teddy and George, as I've known them, we're talking football days in the road with no shoes and buck toes. That's how long we've known each other. So it's great. We've gone all over the world, different lives all over the place, and we come back together as good friends. And I just want to public knowledge my love and friendship for those two gentlemen.
Okay, another listener has written and said, "Good morning, gentlemen, Mr. Tibbetts. Don't even mention the chemicals that they use on all of the fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
That they to preserve them, to get them here as well." And they go on to say, "God's blessings to you and your endeavors."
Thank you very much. Thank you. And yes, they are correct. You know, the Trump administration has taken a very strong stance, and I think what has happened for too long, everyone, and I think Ozzy can attest to this, you kind of get into that. I think the Canadians express it best by saying, it's ugly business to talk about some of this stuff, but it has to be done. We have to stop for a minute and take a long look at this. We need to start examining personal accountability. We can't continue to facilitate everyone's needs. We got to take a stop and say, okay, we're going to make sure you get you there, help you there, but we need to at some point say, we you know, every fruit that comes from this tree now, we need to save some seeds. We need to replant. We need to protect the soil. We just can't keep giving away all the seeds and hope next year she could produce a bigger crop, a better crop, when we don't have another tree. We have to think about it. Nature has taught us many things, and we cross them every day, and you know. And the old saying, you put 12 eggs into the nest, and you start making plans for 12 chickens, you're in trouble. And we need to recognize that not all eggs hatch. In best conditions, best temperature, best protection, things that we've planted, things that we've created are not working. We have many struggles. Education, everyone seems to walk into the room and think that that's a silver bullet. There ain't no silver bullet to cure educational issues. There ain't none. And everyone that has ever tried will tell you, sooner or later they realize this is for lack of a better word, a monster to try and steer. And we need to figure out, first of all, what we consider a national approach to this. We need to get the people in the room that administer it and say how we're going to put this in place. Everyone comes with these policies that they're going to want, but personal responsibility starts with the person consuming the service. We need feedback from that child, that family. We need families involved in the education of their children. We need disciplinary components that say, I said it before, if you drop pumpernickel dew at your baker, you ain't getting honey wheat toast at 4 o'clock. We need to figure out what we're dropping off at the gate in the morning and what's going on the bus and how they're behaving, conducting themselves accordingly. I mean, you figure out why. Because a lot of issues with our children and disciplinary and challenges could be, you know, disability issues that aren't recognized, aren't detected early enough, and so we punish that child. We also need to better define paths for our children in our education system to recognize. I saw something with Woody the other day that says that we take our children a long ways down the road under the current process now and realize that they're not going to go off and be a physician or an attorney or an accountant. But by that time, there's critical technical vocational needs that could have been presented to them at an earlier age, and they could have gained great momentum. And I want to tell the people out there, let me tell you something. Employment in this day and age that utilize basic communication, AI is going to change your workplace. The companies that are making millions, their stocks are growing exponentially. Are companies not just utilizing it, but recognizing how it's utilized. One of the challenges that's out there is communication. We have more ways to communicate today than ever before, and we still can't communicate. I tell anyone that I've ever communicated with that I don't even know what they're trying to say to me sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, and anything you send to anyone, even your best friend that knows all your little terms and words, I can assure you this. There's 6 W's to make any communication effective. Thank you, Mrs. Rose Coburn, that taught me communication at UCCI. Who, what, why, when, where, and how. Any message that you communicate that contains those 6 is effective. Anytime you short it of one of them, you're going to be in trouble. You risk the message being missed and communication being ineffective.
Okay.
That's my
point for the day. Yeah, one of the complaints that we hear, about the Brac as well is the lack of a proper police station, and currently space is being rented.
Yes.
Do you have a view on that?
I am not sure. I'll be very honest with you. Yes, I can recognize that we could have our own police department, but I'm not sure what functionality would vary in a police department that still has an open door 24 hours, still has officers. I do believe the complement of officers should be increased in Brac.
Yeah, I think someone mentioned that it was
8 or 9. It used to be 12 at its peak, right?
Yeah.
So we need to look at that. And I can assure you, Mr. Walton has no easy task in managing the RCIP. It is a challenge. It is not easy. We're talking, folks, let me tell you something. Two of the toughest jobs in the world that we take for granted every day, actually 3 of them. Police officers, teachers, and fire officers. First responders in an emergency are fire officers and policemen. First responders in the future of your life and your child are teachers. And you have to understand, you're talking a good day in a classroom with a teacher is the equivalent of herding cats for about 6 or 7 hours. If you understand how hard that is, you understand the dynamics of management. I saw someone pose a question last night on the Chamber Show regarding the why the Brac has historically achieved better results proportionally to Grand Cayman. Well, that question is asked and answered in its question. You're talking 10, 12, 14 per classroom.
Yep.
The level of intimacy and interaction with that student that's struggling with a concept isn't there. It's exponentially compared to Cayman. You put 25 and 30 in a classroom here, your child's going to get lost. And I'm telling you now, folks, the gap between A and B and C and D and E, etc., is parenting. Your involvement with your child's education. Now, I'm going to simply say this to you. If you don't recognize the value of your child, those are the ones that's going to take care of you when you can't take care of yourself. I have a good friend of mine that said to me he had 1 child for him and his wife, and the second child for her, for his first daughter, because they need 2 of them to help 2 of them when they get older. China had an issue where you can only have 1 child. They recognize now that population control is to the detriment of their entire country. They are now going to have a generation of a significant decrease in their population as people die. They are now urging 2 children.
Yes.
And that's a communist country that you almost have to have a license to have a child. So we have to recognize this is global issues. They're not simple, but the perspective on what we do and how we do it has to be changed.
Okay, we're going to take our last commercial break. Before we go there, this person says, please, good morning. Please send my best wishes to Lonnie Lee. Looking forward to him being elected and putting his expertise to work for the genuineness genuineness and betterment for people and not just for show like some.
Thank you.
Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, the conversation with Mr. Lonnie Tibbetts will continue, so please stay tuned.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
Step back in time and discover the rich history of the Cayman Islands at the National Museum. Located on the waterfront in Georgetown, the National Museum is proudly housed in the Old Courts building, Cayman's oldest standing public building. Explore captivating exhibits and learn about our unique heritage and culture. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And here's the best part, Saturdays are free for residents. Don't forget to visit our museum gift shop. Every purchase helps preserve our artifacts and the historic building we call home. Visit www.museum.ky for more information.
Cayman Brand Source Home Gallery is having an appliance inventory reduction sale with up to 50% off selected appliances and 25% off all kitchen packages until March 31st. Enjoy discounts on luxury brands like Foster, Milano, and more. Refrigerators, wine coolers, and barbecue grills are all discounted. All appliances are included in the sale. Don't miss out. Shop now at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, and save big before prices rise in April. Call 623-5000 for more details or visit us today and take advantage of these incredible deals. Act fast before the best items are gone. Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park. Call 623-5000.
With Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We're in the last leg of the show with Mr. Lonny Tibbetts, who is seeking to represent the constituency of Cayman, Brac, West, and Little Cayman in our parliament in the upcoming April 30th general elections. This person has written in and said, please pass these sentiments to Mr. Lonnie Tibbetts, my daughter's schoolmate. He's a smart, brilliant, and caring individual. I believe he's got his heart in the right place. Give him the opportunity. He will surely get the job done. Wishing him every success in his future endeavors. Supporting you all the way. Your same Bracker, Paula Rose Scott, a.k.a. Brown Sugar 9.
Wow. Awesome. Thank you, Miss Piggy. Thank you, Miss Paula. Thank you, Mom.
Okay, and this one here, this person says, good morning, OC and Lonnie. In regards to Lonnie's revelation on health care and retirement benefits, no middleman should profit from the health care and retirement benefits. These are government's responsibility. It is wrong to let these private insurance manage our health care and social security.
Yes.
And let's call it for what it is, health care and social security. I believe there's another one.
Yeah,
this one says...
Very good point. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, and this one says, please ask Mr. Lonnie if he is aligned with other candidates.
Ironically enough, no, I'm not at the moment. I still remain independent candidate, and I think I'll maintain that through the election. But I will simply say this. I will work with any governments that's there. I consider myself knowledgeable of all of the organizations that are there. I've Joey who is the current leader of the PPM, is actually a family member of mine, and I've known him all my life. I think O.C. Nightshare, a mutual friend in the former premier and leader of the PPM, Mr. Alden McLaughlin. I consider a personal friend and a very smart man, and I'm very honored to also know him and affiliated. Mr. Andre Ebanks, I've met him a couple times. I don't know him to a great extent, the other leader, but I also know Mr. Wayne Patton, a personal friend of mine, and Wayne and I used to race boats together. So that's when I had hair those days. And Mr. Dan Scott, equally as well. Mr. Dan Scott, as a young man, I worked on Dan's father's boat, and I as a goal, aged and developed my own marine business. I also worked on Dan's boat, and after Hurricane Ivan, I had to form a construction company to build back some of my own properties, and I ended up doing some work for Dan Scott as well. And very fortunate that I've been around the community, know so many people, and I can also say helped many people. And some of my work, it speaks for itself. And I always say to people, I say, don't look at me, just look at my work. Let that speak for itself. And it's not about how I present. I've met too many people. I take personal homage to people that present well and don't perform. There's a whole different nerve in me that it hits that I say, come on, man, get the job done. That's what you put there for. That's what you're done. I tell people the philosophy of work is very simple. If the employment opportunity exists anywhere in the world, it means the person that owns that company or the supervisor above that post or the manager or the whatever above that post has a problem. And the essence of employment is you go there to perform a duty to fix that problem, mitigate that problem, prevent that problem. Don't carry your problems to that post. That's our struggle. And the integrity, the effort, the personal pride. We went through a phase where you get a job, hold on to it. That's my mom's generation. You need to listen to my mom talk about how struggles were to get a job. And you got that job, and people work for life. They start off at the bank, and they evolved to tellers, and they moved up to supervisors, and then managers, and what took to train. I'm going to say this. It's going to upset some people, but it needs to be said. Our central government missed the point. We need proper succession planning in government. We need promotion based on performance, not tenure. I learned more in working at the Director of Labor. I learned more from my younger staff members than I learned from the elders. The elders were all about leaving it as it was, and this is the way we do it. And whilst I respected that, it wasn't working. It clearly wasn't working. There was no accountability in that department. Everything. I had people with 4-year-old cases that weren't resolved.
Do you have a view in terms of, since you've spoken about government, in terms of a rollover policy for government that many people have advocated for, if you're going to have it for in the private sector? And even in the private sector, some people are calling for shorter rollover periods as well?
Folks, if I get assassinated after this meeting, it's OC's fault. Let me say this. The death of our nation will be caused by two things: hypocrisy and cowardice. That's it. How can the government of the country tell me I need to roll over as a private enterprise my employees at 7-year benchmark, but they can keep theirs forever? And someone thought that that's the lure mechanism to get teachers, to get professionals that Caymanians don't have those skills, and they're going to come to work for the Cayman Islands government, and they're going to stay in that job as soon as they get their citizenship, and they're going to... What percentage of people that worked in government achieved their citizenship, residency, naturalization, all of that, remain there today? That's a failed policy. Let's move on, okay? Listen, the immigration issues in this country are evolving. They're not static. What we put in place one time don't work now. And we need to look at that. And we need to consistently monitor that. 5 years is the number I would peg for a rollover. And I'm going to tell you what that's based on. The job that a person possesses today, irrespective of the level of magnitude, short of a physician, 90% of the jobs in this country that are medium to upper income will take you 5 years of academic pursuit to achieve the qualification to fill that role. That's it. Now, the problem we have in this country is that the people that we are soliciting for, I'm going to give you a base level job, and by no means I'm trying to offend anyone in this position. I can find a gas pump attendant right now at one of these gas stations that got a bachelor's degree. And people wonder why. Because they've long understood our immigration system here. Let's get in.
Yes.
And once I'm in, I'm going to look around and solicit and everything. Mobility in the workforce, jump from job A, job B, job C, is easier done by foreign nationals than Caymanians. Something is wrong with that. Now, let me tell you how you fix that, folks. When you come to this country and you're licensed as a carpenter, you're licensed as a gas, you get a work permit license. That's what it is a license to work. As a gas pump attendant. So everyone's talking about this rollover and what to do when people change jobs. It's very simple. Those are classifications of occupations. The ILO, ISCO 88, all defined them before. If you come here on a work permit as a gas pump attendant, but you got a bachelor's degree in computer science, when your 3 month is up or your 6 month is up, you notify your boss that, sir, I got a job down the road here at this position, and I'm moving on. And you find out, wait a minute, this guy's the new IT manager for this store. I didn't even he was pumping gas for me for 3 months. Let me tell you how you end that. Your license is based on a classification. Now, if you don't like your working at, for example, Jose's Esso, and you want to go to Brown's Esso, you can go there as a gas pump attendant. That mobility should be allowed. But a transitional upward movement should not. So let me tell you why. That person has learned to survive on that minimum wage level at the gas pump attendant, and now quadruple and 5 times their income because their qualifications allow it. Get in the door, OC. If I'm inside, I'm okay.
Foot in the door, yeah.
Right. And now they put themselves in a situation where they're trained. Let me tell you something. We have never done this before. We did it before, but we forgot. Our boys growing up here, this is my father generation, learned how to tie knots, go to sea, do rope, everything. That's what, when our main income was seafarers. And that's how they could jump on a ship anywhere. Dr. Wolf, the dentist, once told me, as a member of the Navy, the man said, you need 2 things on your boat to make a successful voyage. An accurate compass and a Caymanian seaman.
Wow.
The hair on my neck stands up when I say that. Dr. Wolf.
Yeah.
We were that. We exported our labor one time. And we were fortunate enough that we built enough back here. We put things in place, and we were lucky that we have today. We need, if you change under what I see the best plan, if you change your classification of occupation, if you want another job that moves you up, there's your year overseas. That's it.
Sounds like a good plan to me. One of our listeners, before I invite you to make some closing comments, Mr. Tibbetts, this person says, congratulations and best wishes, Lonnie, on your run for office. I look forward to speaking with you soon. I agree with the 5-year rollover policy. I think there may be another one. Good morning, Mr. Connor and Mr. Tibbetts. Mr. Tibbetts is a very knowledgeable gentleman. I'm very impressed with his knowledge and depth of information about the issues we have on the island. Pray he'll get in for the Brac, because I know he will be able to make a difference. Wishing him all the best.
Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, folks. Thank you.
Okay, closing comments?
I just want to say I'm here representing Cayman, Brac West, and Little Cayman. As my constituent, that's why I'm here. I just want to say to anyone out there, I'm simply applying for a job. That's all I'm doing. Now, what you expect of me in that job is what you need to communicate to me. I know what I plan to do. I know what plans I have, and I know what our people need. But I need your ex on April 30th to make that a reality.
Okay.
And my commitment from now till then and thereafter will make sure Cayman Brac and Little Cayman get their fair share. For whatever reason, we've been neglected. And it's unsustainable. The level of life, the quality of life that we live in Cayman Brac, the level of services, the deficiency in efforts. is unacceptable.
Okay. Now, you did say, and even though those were closing comments, I can't resist this. You did say that at this point in time, you remain an independent candidate. What do you say to the people of the Cayman Islands, and in particular the people of Cayman Brac, in terms of if you are elected and if there is no clear winner, the decision that you will make in terms of whomever you will join to ensure that there is a peaceful, as well as, what should I say, confident transition of power.
Yes, sir.
And in the formation of a new government.
Well, I can assure you, I spoke to him, one of the first men. I have the greatest respect for Captain Moses Kokona. I will certainly speak to him at that time, what we call the horse trading phase of it. So those out there that wish to have me work with them, solicit me for direct team, there's only one thing that makes this work for you. It ain't the money for the advertising. It ain't the money for T-shirts. I want for Cayman Brac West and Little Cayman, and Cayman Brac as a whole. That's why I'm here. You give me that, I'll work with any party that's there. Very simply put. Because, and I don't feel that any party that's there would object to that offer. That's all I'm asking for. Help us, man. Give us a fair chance at living a quality lifestyle, taking care of our elderly folks, giving our youth opportunities. And if done right, I promise I won't try and pass a law to get work permit fees from Grand Cayman to Cayman Brac, because we've put some fine citizens here. We are honorable, honest, strong, working people, and we do more with nothing than many here do with everything.
Yep. Thank you very much, Mr. Tibbetts. Folks, we're going to go to our headline news at 9 o'clock. When we return, the phone lines will be open as well. I don't think that there's anyone else scheduled at this point in time. The phone lines will be open. I'll remind you of those numbers. We have a few birthday shout-outs that we missed earlier. I will also recognize those birthday shout-outs. So please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
The preceding was a paid political broadcast.
Since 1976.
Covering Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, and Brac. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
Cayman sent 3 local officers to support the Royal Montserrat Police Service during their recent St. Patrick's Festival after a request from the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office. Cayman's officers came from a, quote, diverse set of backgrounds in traffic, frontline, and protective services. U.S. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz has taken responsibility for a group chat in which high-ranking officials planned military strikes in Yemen in the company of a journalist who was inadvertently added. Waltz told Fox News on Tuesday, quote, I take full responsibility. I built the group, and adding it was embarrassing. President Donald Trump and U.S. intelligence chiefs have downplayed the security risk and said no classified material was shared. But Democrats and some Republicans have called for an investigation into what several lawmakers have described as a major breach. At least 24 people have been killed as multiple wildfires continue to ravage South Korea's southeast region. Most of the victims are in their 60s and 70s, with authorities adding that some 26 people are injured, with 12 in critical condition, as the deadly wildfires have forced more than 23,000 people to flee their homes. The, quote, unprecedented crisis remains critical and is, quote, rewriting the record books for the worst wildfires in the nation's history, according to the president. The fires gutted a 1,300-year-old temple where many cultural relics were removed and transported to safer ground. Those are your headlines. I'm Carsley Fuller.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask?
contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Our phone lines are open. Toll-free number provided courtesy of Flow. So if you're calling from a Flow number, that number 1-800-534-8255. Also 949-8037, 949-6990. WhatsApp number 925-3261. We have a caller. Before we grab the caller, just want to say those birthday greetings that we weren't able to convey earlier. So we had birthday greetings going out to Miss Susan Watson. These would be belated birthday greetings, I believe, to Miss Susan Watson from Venice Johnson and family. From Palmdale, may God continue to bless you and fulfill your wishes and desires. That is one. We have another one here. This person would like to send birthday greetings to themselves. Patrianne Smith, her birthday is today, so we want to say happy birthday to Miss Patrianne Smith. Whose birthday is today. Thank God for sparing my life, she says, to see another birthday as well. So happy birthday, Miss Patrianne Smith as well. We have 3 callers on hold. So let's grab the first caller, and we're going to ask each caller who's on hold, please be patient. And we'll ask the caller who is talking, just bear in mind someone waiting behind you as well. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Who you think? And I'm hanging out. I've been waiting too long. Morning, OC.
Morning, how are you?
Yeah, I tried to get on while Mr. Tibbetts on, but yeah, I see you guys wasn't taking calls because I wanted to touch on some of the things that he was saying.
Okay.
He did mention, OC, about him and Brac being there for Cayman when we had that disaster.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the reasons why, OC, I support building a school in the Brac. That school could come in very handy. You never knows in the future what will happen. And like I told you before, it depends on the programs. We can put in a school that we can send our kids up there also to school. You know, so I support that in that capacity where in case we have another disaster. And then he spoke about, he's one of the few candidates that I'm hearing mentioning publicly about the rollover policy and the way government go about it. And the 5-year that he mentioned is exactly what is in my periphery. You know, so that again is really good because OC, I want to say when he spoke about the rollover, we also need to monitor the people that are being rolled over.
Mm-hmm.
They should go, I would say, for 2 years, and we should monitor the job that they leave and see if there's a succession plan in place for a Caymanian or something.
Or if they come back to that same job again, yes.
Right, because, OC, I know of an entity where government subsidize, right, out of the town area, that somebody from Serbia, I don't know where that is, OC, Serbia, were their IT person, right?
Okay.
He rolled over. Is in Serbia doing the IT work and waiting for that 1 year to finish, to pass, so he can come back. That's exactly what's was planned for him now to come back and be right in that same job, Eh? So we also not just put the rollover policy in place, but we need to monitor that particular job to see what happens with that job. You know, especially where government is attached to the entity. You know, private sector is a little more difficult. But government, you're talking out two sides of your mouth,
and they should be setting the example.
Yeah. Okay. I know you got callers, so I got a lot of time. So I just wanted to touch on that and pick up. And it sounds like Mr. Tibbetts running for premier. It sounds like he running for no ordinary MP.
Well, I would.
It's not like he can be the premier.
There are some who believe that he could be, in terms of the vast amount of experience that he has. Yeah.
All I got to do now is ask him. Well, I call him as soon as I get off the phone to take my daughter Sarah Sue up in the Brac under his wing, so I can run her in 2029 in the East, because Miss Julo probably don't run again for that if she wins. Or if Dan win, he need to step aside to make my daughter Sarah take over. And then I don't know if our good friend Craig will win in the West, so he need to step aside and make my boy Justin running him too in 2020.
So they know your plans, so you're starting campaigning from now?
We talk later.
All right, thanks again. Next caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. O.C.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thanks. I have a complaint to make this morning, not about you, but with Flow or Cable Wireless or whatever they call themselves these days. I'm very disappointed to see that they have closed their office from any collection of fees or bills right there in the corner of Eastern Avenue and Shed Road.
Okay.
It was very convenient to just drive in there, drop your payment into the box out by the door. You didn't even have to go inside. And lo and behold, recently I saw two driveways or two entrances or exit blocked off with cones. So when I went to drop in my box, I do pay some by online, but one account I don't have online, so I have to pay that physically, drop it in the box. And so when I got to the door, then I saw where they said they were closed there, and you got to go to Galleria to pay. Any business now, you have to go to Galleria to do.
Wow.
Now, I don't. The parking is premium down in Galleria shopping center, so you very seldom you can find a space to park. And I went in there recently after I found it's closed. When I got inside the line, it was a long line. I just went to the front and said, "Can you take this envelope, this check?" And I said, so I did that and walked out. They don't even have a drop box outside. The only thing they have is I think it's a electronic form of payment you can make from outside. Again, I don't use that. So why do they have to close that? They could leave one or two people there to collect the funds the payments a month to pay bills.
Yeah.
Why did they have to cut that off? That's really I consider it disgusting to know that they couldn't keep that much open there. They have limited business there for some time, but why did they have to close that now completely? They're going to leave the building empty and just inconvenience people because of that. It's really disgusting.
I heard some rumor that the government, I'm not sure whether or not it's the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service or someone, would be renting or leasing a portion of that building, if not all of it. That's what I heard. I'm not, I'm only going based on what I heard. I don't have any facts to back it up.
Well, I can assure you it is very inconvenient for that to be changed for that purpose. And if that's what they're going to do, they could have even retained enough place for one person to pick up stuff out of the drop box, even if they don't go inside. I don't understand why they're so mean, if is the word I would say, in accommodating the customers. All these years it's been like that. Now they want to just cut your nose off to spite your face.
Yep. Yeah.
Anyway, I trust they will change their decision and do something to accommodate people to sit down and go all the way down to Galleria, and then you can't find a place to park. Then get inside. If you get inside, you got a long line to wait. It's disgusting.
Yeah, the least they could do is at least put the drop box there, right? Like you said.
The government should step in and make sure that they maintain a place in town. It's really, I wouldn't want to say any more about it, but I'm fed up with that kind of situation. Anyway, I just thought I couldn't make that pass.
Any views? While I have you here, I'm going to pick your brains. Any views on the elections and what's happening? I've never seen so many billboards in my life, Mr. Tommy. As you drive around, I have never seen so many billboards. I believe if billboards are going to get people elected, I believe all 58 candidates are going to be elected. And
the sizes of them are getting. Well, they got a limit. I think planning has a limit on the size they can use, and they put away using the full amount of it on some of them. So I don't understand. All they're doing with 59 people, I believe, running. All they're doing is confusing people. It's hard to determine now who you really should vote for.
Yeah.
So I trust we get the best people.
Yep.
And I don't know why some. I would imagine the salary is an attractive, very attractive for people to look for a job, especially if they can't hold a job otherwise.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's everybody in there is saying the same thing, and for years nobody has done any of these things that they say they'll be doing. It'd be a wonder if all these things change now. I trust that we'll get the best out of the lot and the best of the country. I can't tell you who we should vote for, but I know we got more than we need to run, more running than needs to run.
All right, Mr. Thomas, thank you. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. You have a good day, sir, and keep hammering home about the loss of that, drop box, and see what what their response is to that as well. Folks, we're going to take a commercial.
Monday, but I couldn't get in.
Okay.
I couldn't take the call out, so.
Okay.
Hey, I'll spread the news.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. We have a few callers on hold. Don't hang up the phone. Stay right there. Quick commercial break. When we return, we will converse with you. Please stay tuned.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. But I know where I going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We're going straight to our callers. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Morning, O.C.
Hey, morning. How are you?
Fine as sifted flour. and I got a bird somewhere up my rear this morning. And now, O.C., I listened to all of the candidates, at the time. And about the traffic, I heard one gentleman, that was Mr. Peanut, say that work permit holder, the only people, and he made sense on that so much, that if you're not work permit holder and you're on call, say like a doctor or dentist, whatever, that you have to be on a call, you should be privy to a car. Now, O.C., you know this, and I know it. It's happening here. Government have always found transportation for their workers, right?
They used to.
But they're still doing it, Cayman Brac.
Oh, okay. You're fortunate.
For those that need it. For those that need it. Right? Okay. Now, the joke that this what really tickles me, though, all of those high-polluting, high-paid lawyers, Caymanian that making plenty of money, driving $60,000 car, stuck in traffic with somebody that is using a weed whacker, driving an unlicensed vehicle and causing trouble, and there's nothing done about it. Our biggest problem in the Cayman Islands is the lack of law enforcement in high, in between, and low places. Right? We as Caymanians, we have no respect for the law. And we are, 90% of us are narcissists. Now, O.C., let me take up, look, I got to take up my couple of minutes this morning.
Okay.
O.C., that gentleman that begged the people to keep his dog clean, right? That put up the sign, riffraff, keep off my property. Now, I am sure that gentleman, license is paid for his business, his insurance is paid for his boats, or he couldn't have a license. His vehicles are paid, all of those things are paid for legitimately, or he couldn't hold a license. But because the man just want to take care of his property, so it looked decent for the tourists, he's our problem. That's the problem that we have. Okay. Now, the old gentleman on the road that was driving his big Tesla car, right? Truck or whatever it is, and this little 17-year-old boy that just, obviously, he just got his license because he got to be 17 to get a license. And he's not 18 yet. So, he runs in front of this man, almost causing an accident, and the old man was frustrated and got out and went to his car and troubled the youth. Was the old man right? No, I don't think so.
And I should say that this is all alleged at this point in time, right?
Yeah. I know it's in the police hand. Okay, I know it's in the police hand. Now, O.C., the little car that youth was driving, I seen the picture of the little car. if with his ignorant driving, if that big vehicle had run into him and killed him, what would we be saying then? Not a fatality on the road. But no, we get up in arms about this man. If that boy...
But did caller, if I may interrupt, did they get up in arms about that, or what was allegedly said in terms of the expressions and the words that were used? I think that...
whatever it was,
mm-hmm.
the old man got the blame, right? Okay, let's get it, because you can't muddy my waters. What I'm saying now, if that... Look, when my grandson, I taught him to drive, and when he got his license, I told him, if anybody on the road see any foolishness with my truck, I am taking it away, you're not driving it anymore, period. If that young man was my son or grandson that just got his license, when he come home to me, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to punch him in the mouth to be in a pool. That's what I'm going to do him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then he can call the police or mean him work it out, right? Now, see, let me call that now. We need to enforce our laws. There are people overstaying in our country. There are people that got any type of illegal activity that you can find, check it and see what's going on.
Mm.
You know what I want you to do, see? You can get a Freedom of Information Act and put this up for me. What is the percentage of the population in Northwood? Caymanians?
And
what the Caymanians is for? And see what the expats is for? What nationality the expats is? And what they're there for? And right then, you can tell the problem that we have in the country.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, remember, I just won a case for standing up for my belief. Now, I get radical, very radical, because I got a streak of ignorance in me to the max, and it affects me because emotion is a thing that I can't control my emotion. I'm a musician, and a musician have emotion that what makes you a musician. Your feelings is totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, I went there and I won the case, standing up for my country. And the judiciary was stacked against me. And when I was looking legal aid, because it cost me almost $7,000, and I had to pay a little over $3,000. And through the legal aid system, they had a special section, listen to me, for work permit holders. Now, how could that, in the name of God's name, how could you have something in there that we got a special section for protecting people, guest workers, let me get it right, guest workers that are invited to come here and better themselves in a foreign land. But we got a special carve out for those, when they get in trouble, don't worry, get in trouble, we can find lawyer for you.
But is it in special circumstances that, or is it just open for?
Open.
Oh, okay.
Open letter. You can check it.
I will.
You can look here. You can do what the old person told me. Wait, let me say, Elvis, gargle it. Gargle it.
Yeah, but a question though, what do you say about those non-Caymanians who demean Caymanians by, using the terminology riff-raffs? Do you defend that? Do you support that? Or, those who, use derogatory remarks about Caymanians?
Okay, riff-raff. That's an unscrupulous, how do you call it? A riff-raff is somebody that don't have no manners to me.
No.
Well, okay.
That's like you're the lowest of the lowest.
Okay, the lowest of the lowest. Well, look here. I got to ask you a question, Mr. O.C.
Mm-hmm.
If you was going on that man dock, you and your girlfriend or your son or your grandson was to do a little fishing,
Mm-hmm.
would you leave condom wrapping, beer bottles, your garbage on the dock?
No.
So you're not a riff-raff, so don't wear the cap.
No, but that has nothing to do with the definition, you know, and what it was intended for. You don't use derogatory, you know, remarks to people, especially when you don't know who they are. If you don't know who they are.
Okay, OC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got about a minute because we got to go to commercial break. I don't want to use up most of the time.
OC, did that man have any car driving up and down around the island?
Sorry?
No. Did he have it on his vehicle driving up and down around the island? No, he had it on the premises. So if you didn't go on the premises, you wouldn't find out the thing riff-raff. And tell me something now. Did you watch the people in the march? You had one man there with a T-shirt, a Cayman, and this is what his T-shirt said. I ain't no riff-raff. Your mother might be a riff-raff. You know what I done a man for troubling my mother?
Mm-hmm.
I shot him in the chest with a spear gun to try to kill him. So you tell me something. I got to ask you this now. Which one, which one would you get more irritated about? Me calling you a riff-raff or telling you something about your mother?
Both. But we gotta go to a commercial break, Mr. Elvis. Thank you very much, folks. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. Well, I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Cayman airline for Easter. Cayman Brand Source Home Gallery is having an appliance inventory reduction sale with up to 50% off selected appliances and 25% off all kitchen packages until March 31st. Enjoy discounts on luxury brands like Foster, Milano, and more. Refrigerators, wine coolers, and barbecue grills are all discounted. All appliances are included in the sale. Don't miss out. Shop now at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, and save big before prices rise in April. Call 623-5000 for more details or visit us today and take advantage of these incredible deals. Act fast before the best items are gone. Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park. Call 623-5000.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. Less than half an hour to go in the show. So if you have anything that you want to say, if you want it to be aired, call us on our toll-free number provided courtesy of Flo, they're getting a little bit of flack this morning. This person has written and said, "Good morning, Mr. Connor. That gentleman is speaking the truth about Flo. There's an 80-year-old who had a problem getting to Galleria to pay a telephone bill recently as well. Don't know again whether or not Flo, I would imagine, as a corporate citizen, good corporate citizen, they would have advertised the fact that they would no longer be accepting collections at that spot. They certainly have the phone numbers of every one of their subscribers. So, Paul, they should have been able to at least, broadcast a message to all of their subscribers to say, hey, here's what's happening, at our Eastern Avenue site. We no longer will be accepting drop-off payments there as well. Not sure if that was done, but not looking too good for you, Flo. Tell us, get someone to call in and explain precisely what's happening and what the remedy is for it as well. We do have another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. Happy Wednesday to you.
Thank you, and the same to you.
Just a couple of things.
Sure.
First of all, I want to say kudos to Lonnie for running in Cayman Brac, and I do wish him success. They do need some changes there, and Cayman Brac is very dear to me because it's the home of my mother's birth.
Okay.
And she's still alive at 103 and 5 months. That's Mandy Bernard.
Yes, she's a great lady. Great lady.
Right.
Yes.
Also about cable and wireless, which is now Flow. I don't know what's going on with them. Luckily for me, I have a monthly plan. But there are many people now who are up in arms because they have a prepaid phone, and they go to try and top up the phones, but they can't top up their phones. And it's causing a lot of problems, and I don't hear anything coming from Flow in regards to it. And I will agree with the previous caller about paying bills, which you could have paid the bills right there by the location on Eastern Avenue. Now you have to go all the way down to Galleria, and quite so, the lines are enormous. And oftentimes, they have like 4 sections, but there's only 2 persons. Sometimes there's only 1 person there servicing the customers. I mean, it's like everywhere in Cayman, the customer service is pathetic. It's really, really, really disgusting. And I find this at every place. I find it at the water company. I find it at customs. I find it at immigration. I mean, it's like they got more people on the island, but the service is deplorable. Really, really something needs to be done here. And definitely, these changes need to start with electing new people.
So what do we say to a company who was established in the Cayman Islands in the mid-1960s and provided a service to the Cayman Islands unchallenged until the Honorable Linford Pearson took the initiative to open up, to add competition. So we ended up, with other carriers being able to come in here. The premier telephone provider in the Cayman Islands and has now gotten to this stage. What does that say about the company, or our expectations from them?
Well, it simply says, OC, profits over people. Quite simple. They are not worrying about the people, and the people are the ones that making them profit. But then the service that the people are getting is inadequate. That is my take on it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, caller.
You're most welcome, and have a rest of the week.
You too. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of the week as well. We do have a caller on the WhatsApp number. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Hey, yeah. Hey, how you doing?
You're almost speaking to my hair. Yeah, Uncle Elvis, as you call you, man. the last time we talked about 5 years ago, we called you. And now, different OC. Last week I called you. Yeah, Robert.
Okay, there's something playing in the background there, Rambo. There's something in the playing in the background. You want to turn that down, please?
That my camera notify me.
Okay.
My camera.
Okay.
My camera.
Okay.
Now, yes, like that. This was before the year, right? In springtime now, right? And you see this election now, the campaign. I expect your forum to Mr. OC. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I expect your question. You know, and talk about the budget, disabled wages, right? I hear some candidates with it, but they're not in sync with it. Chickenized it. And you recall the Park government in 2021 September. They come out with this strategic plan, right? And I called when I was in prison. I think the second I called you, you had Chris Saunders, Mr. J, and Kenneth, and I said you need to enhance this herb topic. And right away, they took initiative. They decriminalized the herbs and gambling, right? And knocked off the burner.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yes, son. So everybody is hesitant in this completed and deterred. So it's a divorce setting. That's what I make, right? And we come to this scenario, you know, Mr. OC. You have a collision scenario, right? So it'll be codified again and systematic for next ministerial positions, right? And the point of Mr. OC, you're talking about now, you talking about immigration reform, right? In the prison reform. I called him about prison last week, you know.
Yeah.
I sent letters, right? The whole judiciary, right? We're not molding and shaping out. You understand? Man, because I have to get off because the juror pool was very discriminating. Don't care, Brac can go in that pool. I have Shamari coming up, right? With the petty. But true, I pled guilty. And I said one word, excessive. That was excessive. It's myself. You rape a 10-year-old child, 3 months later, the lie, no, I left myself. You understand? And the three branches, you know, three branches, right? In government. So the new administration need to shape out that properly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Huh? Yeah, Mr. OC. So we don't need no accountability. So that's my conclusion. But the point I make, OC, this election, and first of all, I got to do Mr. Lonny. I know Mr. Lonny personally. You know, Lonny's a good person.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I talk about Lonny. I see him Lonny. I see Lonny a good man. I get about to see. Or a good man. You understand? I draw a line. But this election now, the border come look at the popularity contest. We reality check, Mr. OC. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Got you.
You keep doing your debate. Do what you do.
Yeah.
Enjoy your weekend, both.
All right. Take care. All the best. We want to take the commercial break now so that we don't have to interrupt the other callers that we have on hold, and we can then go straight through until 10 o'clock, folks. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
Easter vacation is just around the corner, and Cayman Airways has added multiple extra flights to some of your favorite destinations, some of mine too. Look here, they got seats available now for booking on extra Easter flights between Grand Cayman and Kingston, La Ceiba, Miami, Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and you can even catch a non-stop flight to Montego Bay for Easter. Check it out. You can visit CaymanAirways.com, contact a local travel agent, or call Cayman Airways Reservations on 949-2311. And don't wait too long though, because these extra Easter seats always sell fast. Be sure to add your Sir Turtle Rewards number to your booking so you can earn more miles for more free trips this year. But I know where I'm going. I'll see you on board a uniquely Caymanian airline for Easter.
My mom's a super superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. At Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We're here on the last leg of the show this morning. I have about 13 minutes left. We have 3 callers. We're going to accommodate all 3 callers if they stay on the line. I believe that we won't be able to accommodate any more than that. Paul, let's put the first caller through. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Connor. This is Lorna.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Yeah, like most people, I guess I've been following the various debates, etc., and trying to hear what each candidate is offering or bringing to the table. Anyway, on one particular subject, the subject of waste management, I had an idea I wanted to put forward. Now, we know there's been all of this back and forth, and I'm not quite sure our government right now is paying off a certain debt. So I don't know where that leaves the current Georgetown landfill. But my suggestion would be that each district, we should decentralize this and put, well, obviously it would be a smaller waste management facility in each district. If each district has their own plant, which would include, you know, whether it's incineration, whatever the model that we choose to go forward as the proper disposal. And obviously, yes, we want to introduce recycling. Recycling is highly successful in other areas. We need to do it as well. But I think in order to eliminate the NIMBY syndrome, not in my backyard, and to reduce the size of the massive fill that we have, each district should have its own waste management plant in place. I also think on the matter of decentralization, there are many other things that government could do to take services into the district. If we were to look at Cayman Brac as a district, which I don't really like to use that, but Cayman Brac being a district in the Cayman Islands, separated by water, well, the sister islands, but there's a branch of every single government department, and it works so efficiently. Now, we may have a lot of things that we want to say that's fault in Cayman Brac and all that, but I can tell you their services, the services that are offered in Cayman Brac, government services, and the level of service you receive, the dispensation of those services, it's exemplary. I want to...
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Oh, it's absolutely exemplary. I mean, the process and procedure to get your car inspected, licensed, everything, it's just so convenient. So I believe that government has tried one or two things here, like with the inspection and licensing, the DVDL branch up in Breakers. That's been a great help. I think they need to put more government agencies and departments out in the district to help alleviate the massive traffic problem, because it's not that every person works in Georgetown. I mean, obviously that's where the majority of the workforce is, but there are a lot of people who only come to town when they have to conduct business that's not available in the district. So there were just two things I wanted to throw out. I think the waste management one is absolutely doable, and it should be looked into. It would give some reprieve to the landfill we have now. It would give them a chance to try to finish remediate that instead of adding so much to it daily.
Got you.
Anyway, I'll leave you there.
Thank you very much. 2 more callers to go. Next caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Ortiz. Is that me?
Yes, it is. Go right ahead.
Okay,
good morning.
Okay. Blessed morning to you all. This is Donna Bryan. I just want to give a big shout out to Lord Graham this morning.
Okay.
I want to give him a big thank you for bringing my washboard and grater and thing from Honduras for me. These are things that I use to teach heritage in the schools. So I am all decked down now and ready for John Gray, ready for SciFac, ready for the kids now for the Heritage Day.
Good.
Now that I have all my things, and I really want to thank Graham very much. I've been fighting a long time to get these out of Jamaica, Panama, Honduras, but I said, Graham, that's man.
Sound like he's preparing to be a candidate in some election.
I hear him this morning, and you know what, Mr. O.C.? He didn't charge me a cent. I said,
that's him. That's him.
He did nothing, Donna.
That's him.
Nothing.
Yes.
And I really want to thank him this morning, so I'll be making sure that we get a lot of pictures when I'm in the Heritage Day for Lord Graham to see.
Great.
So,
and thank you for all that you do in terms of, continuing to keep our heritage alive as well.
Yes, sir. Teach the children how to wash the clothes on the washboard that we used to do. Pin them on the line and grate the coconut and all those things.
Excellent.
Yes,
Excellent.
sir. Okay, God bless you all.
Thank you, Ms. Donna, and all the best to you, too. Before we go to our last caller, we have a message from the Brac that says, we here in the Brac are blessed with the workers at the Water Authority, from the truck drivers to those 2 wonderful young ladies, Nokia and Leanne, in the office. Truck drivers Norbert, Neil, Devon, and Doug. Thanks to these workers, they are the best. Let's take our last caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. That's the WhatsApp caller.
Yeah, morning, Mr. Orrett.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good. I'm excited about the little conversations that going on today.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Well, I want to point out one thing that I've had observed in a long time now. Our laws that we got on this island, oh my God. Where they say they say enough is enough, but then yet we want more, right? And with a population growth, oh my goodness, the more population that we get, especially artificial population, I mean, we need to adapt our laws towards them, right? And I heard Mr. Elvis talking about that thing with the there's for work permit holders a special place where a special people, I guess. I tried to understand how it went, right? But I listened into the show, and what I was thinking is, like, we only supposed to be 90 something square miles, right? And we got a population of 80,000 people, almost at capacity at the moment. Right now we're supposed to be over the capacity, but they're trying to adapt to the changes, right? We're gonna have more people on this island, and more laws against the Caymanians, and more problems for the people. congestion is happening. People not urgent. They're looking at these things, and everybody is so silent, saying, "Hey, I don't want to get myself in trouble because they're saving my job and whatnot." Thank God for the independent people. But you see, we have the government that is making the people feel dependent on them. Food security, I don't hear much people talking about them. I think I heard a little thing that Makiba was talking about with the farmers and whatnot. Right, I have a concern about how we take our population in concern, our Caymanian population concern, because when you rise the prices of goods, and it seems to me like it's an exclusion part when I hear about the phone bills hard to pay. I can feel that too, you know, because when you have to go from here to Timbuktu to go and get a top up, if you're lucky enough, that's not convenient for locals. We're not going nowhere, you know. But you see, foreigners that have the convenience of selecting where they want to go, they don't have no issue in that. We're not here adapting with their laws, they're adapting with ours, but here we are struggling. You get where I going?
Yeah. I get
it's
it.
a million miles an hour that we're spinning at, and we don't even realize it. And here where we going wrong. We're not taking advice from the Caymanians. We're taking advice from the experts set abroad that don't care about our interests. And I don't mean to raise my voice, but it's a sense of urgency that we're missing in this island. And I hate it to know that we have people that just say, "Stay calm, everything's gonna be okay." But then yet here we are making critical decisions without our awareness. You got a lot of global practices going on in this island, and I call it experiments because they can't do it in certain countries, much less certain states in the United States. You hear them talking in the United States, and I'm here saying, why we gotta do it? Why us? Why us? Why we gotta be the test rabbits? I've seen some radical things that I've not lived through, but here we are going through it. They have people telling us that we don't have experience because of your age. Oh, you know. But then here we are still trying to fix what you're supposed to fix. You get what I mean? Like, we got things that are way older than I am, that are issues that I feel like it's easy to deal with it, and then you just got to suck it up and say, hey.
Okay, final comment, caller. We're running out of time. Final comment.
So yeah, for this next election, I mean, if the candidates is not listening to the people and then trying to make them seem like they don't know what they're talking about, why are we hiring them for? All right.
Thank you very much, caller, as well. And I must say that on the whole population issue and how do we try to control our population by limiting who will be able to settle permanently in this country, I would like to hear some of our candidates articulate their views on that, like how Mr. Lonnie Tibbetts has articulated his views on so many topics. We need clarity. You need to speak clearly, not in sound bites, but people want explanations. They want to know, how are you going to do it? Are we going to continue to offer permanent residence to all and sundry, or are we going to look at where we offer permanent residence only to those persons with some Caymanian connections and those persons who have reached retirement age, do not have to work, and can afford to maintain themselves on the island as permanent residents without becoming a public charge. Those are the things that we need to hear. Anyway, Ms. Susan, a lot of your listeners, your fans, wishing you a belated happy birthday as well. I think she's due to come back pretty soon. I don't know if she's over in the Brac there exploring a possible run for political office in 2029 or what. But whatever you're doing, Miss Susan, we want to wish you all the best, and we certainly looking forward to having you right back here at Radio Cayman. Folks, again, thank you for all your participation this morning. I also want to remind you that in these times, with so many pressures, cost of living, everything else, we are still our brothers and our sisters' keepers. There is always someone out there who's less fortunate than we are, and we should extend a helping hand to them. If we can't do that, then why not donate to worthy charity? Because we always want to consider those who need, not necessarily those who want or even those who crave. So have a great day. Continue to support your radio station, Radio Cayman. Join whomever is guest hosting for Sterling Dwayne Banks this afternoon. I'm told that it will be Mr. Carl Brown again, and we welcome him. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to continue to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury.
And JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient.
Doctor's Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama.
And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice.
And the Cayman Islands